Well, everybody, welcome along. Welcome into the chat. And if it's your first time here in this stream in particular, it is good to see you. Welcome along to Champions Esports Series, everybody, where we've got a very nice evening of racing ahead of us. 20 drivers fill out the grid, and we are here in Brazil, a track that I have not been at for a long while, but it is great to be back and with a big bunch of drivers this afternoon. One thing I do want to get over before we start is, of course, we are live on my Twitch because unfortunately we couldn't log into the main one tonight. There is going to be some adverts on the stream, and I do apologise. I can't turn them off just for tonight because it never lets me, but hopefully you can put up with it just for tonight, and the next race, if I'm here, should be on the main account, which shouldn't be an issue then. But I just want to apologise for that in advance. But anyway, 16 minutes of qualifying we have, ladies and gentlemen. 20 drivers join us with many esports teams in this session this afternoon, and a lot of returning names, a few new ones as well, which I have not seen before. But Lupip retires from the session in the early stages, and Diego too, the two IRT drivers, out in the early stages. They're out in qualifying. Everybody is. Brazil, what a track it is. If you're in the chat, let us know your qualifying predictions this afternoon. It is going to be an exciting one, to say the least. Jesus Cedars Igniters with 226 points, the championship leaders, ladies and gentlemen, in this tournament right now. Championship leaders, and you know, what can they pull out of the bag is the question. Can they deliver a good weekend again today? Only 2 points separate them and Team TF10 in second place in the Constructors Championship standing. Sorry, then it's ETA Esports third, RSC 4, Project Esports 5, ABS Esports 6, Anobi Esports 7, PC 8, AERT in 9, and IRT at the back, unfortunately. But we have got Casper over the line in the McLaren this afternoon for SCI, and of course the championship leaders get overtaken by the ETA driver of Patrick and Ryan Grob. So it was SCI for a brief moment, ETA took over, and now Lewis for SCI. Jesus Cedars Igniters puts it on provisional pole in the early stages, everybody. 300th of a second faster than Ryan Grob in this session, ladies and gentlemen. But what a lovely time that was, and we're already getting a bit of scrapping between the top few teams this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is very good to see. ET8, of course, third in the Constructors, sorry, I keep getting that wrong, in the Constructors World Championship. And we've got the SCI driver of Lewis, the man in front at this moment in time. Then it's from Ryan, Patrick, Yuri, Casper. I'm going to say, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to pronounce that. I'm really sorry to butcher your name. But he goes up to P6. I think Casper just put it in P3 in the very early stages. Not a bad time at all from that man. Kick-starting the evening off with yellow flags in the final sector, ladies and gentlemen. I think a Mercedes possibly waiting and going slower around the circuit this afternoon. We've got Herman in the Ferrari for ABS, who has retired early stages, and down at the back, starting from very near the back of the grid this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. His teammate in P20 still not put a time, sat comfortably in the pit lane. A man that is out there though is Leonardo, and here we go in the Haas car for AERT in P18 across the line, and to put it in P6 to kickstart the afternoon off. A very strong time for that man. But we've got Campbell over the line for FRT. It's a 1:06.572. That is a beautiful time, ladies and gentlemen. 1/10 faster than Lewis for SCI, and the FRT driver puts it on provisional pole here in Interlagos. You love to see it. Are we going to get more of that is the question. Qualifying, still a long while to go before the end. This is not the end of this, everybody. We are going to see more. We have got more in store. Now Mario seems to have just put a lap on the board, I believe, in P7. Leonardo, of course, we saw him cross the line. We got Yuri then in P10. He's invalidated this time around, unfortunately, so won't be able to put a better time on this afternoon just yet, but still quite a bit of time in qualifying. Lucas over the line for TF10 in P8 with 1 minute 6.985. The margins are extremely close between him and Mario, and that is incredibly small. 300ths of a second between them two, which is mind-blowing. It is absolutely nothing, that gap, and yeah, hard to get your head around, it really is, but these drivers do it so well. And here we go. Can we spectate anybody else? I think it's looking quite quiet on the track at the moment. We've got Mario, who will be coming in the pit lane this lap around. A lot of drivers have invalidated, not entirely sure why, but they have invalidated for this session, everybody. But a nice session so far with 11 minutes to go. Very nice indeed. And I cannot wait to see who's going to be on pole. Abdullah, the man who I recall has done well in the past. I think he has anyway. I'm not totally clued up on this league yet. I need to still, you know, get it in my head, and I'm sure I'll get there at some point. But Abdullah, I seem to believe he's done well at some point, and he's in P6 in qualifying at the minute, ladies and gentlemen. So third row of the grid. It isn't too shabby at all for Abdullah for TF10. The team second in the Constructors' Championship, doing very well this season. And of course, that is after round 5 in Mexico. This is the 6th round in Brazil, ladies and gentlemen. 6 rounds we're in so far, and we've witnessed some incredible racing. As Campbell, your fastest man, with 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go. We've got Lewis, 2nd place. Then it's Ryan Grob, 3rd place. Casper, 4. Ryan, 5. Abdullah into the pit lane in 6. Patrick, 7. Mario, 8, 9, Lucas, and 10 is Leonardo at this moment in time, ladies and gentlemen. Lucas at the very back of the grid and invalidated this time around, so will not be a good one for him today, or not just yet anyway. We've still got a bit of time in qualifying, 10 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen, so we've got some time. As a follower goal has been met, apparently, 670. I appreciate it. Thank you very much to everybody joining today. You've pushed us over the line. Only 30 to go to the 700. I mean, I was never expecting to say that here at Jack Frosty Comms. It's shocking, to be fair. I'm very shocked by that, but I appreciate every single one of you for helping me out. As Ryan Grob seems to be improving in the middle sector, but this is not a lap anymore. He's slowed down. Maybe he's going to wait and go again. He's harvesting this battery, ladies and gentlemen, and is looking like he's going to go again fairly soon. 3rd place for him right now for Ryan Grob for ET8. But what has he got in store for us today? 100% battery to burn down this straight here in Interlagos, and he's going to absolutely push it. The DRS flap opens wide, and the RB is going to fly towards the line here in Brazil. 3rd place for him, but he needs to find 300th of a second to take 2nd place, to get onto that front row of the grid. It is marginal times, but Ryan Grob has got it in him. And I think anybody could, really. The margins is absolutely tiny. You can't afford to make a single mistake. It has to be perfect every single corner, and that is what Ryan Grob's going to try and do now, with 65% battery still left in this car, and he's using it wisely at this moment in time. He's been through the 1st sector. Now he's heading through the 2nd with a bit of traffic in front of him, but he's keeping it well on the track at the minute. The Red Bull on the inside moves out the way, makes way for Ryan Grob, who steams through and is about to end the 2nd sector of his lap, as he now, unfortunately, slows down and he gets the fuel light on. In 3rd place is best for him right now. Will not improve, unfortunately. Casper in 4th place. 5th for Ryan. Lucas 7 and out on the track right now, but with the fuel light on, that is not going to be a good time. Patrick with a 10th up in the middle sector. Here comes the final 3rd. Here he goes then for ET8 Esports. Patrick over the line. He's in P8 and he finds the front row of the grid. Patrick on to 2nd place and only 200ths of a second behind Campbell, who currently sits on provisional pole, ladies and gentlemen. An incredible time for Campbell. He puts it on provisional pole in qualifying. He puts it on provisional pole. He's already had it on provisional pole, sorry. Patrick just fallen short, unfortunately. Couldn't get there, but he is very close indeed. You don't get it closer than that, and I'm looking forward to see what they can produce in the final stages, ladies and gentlemen, of this session. Campbell Adams with a 1 minute 6.361. He puts it on provisional pole even further. This man is proving to be absolutely unbeatable here in Brazil. And for FRT, he finds the top spot again, just to solidify that he will be the man on pole today. He is doing absolutely everything right with 6 minutes to go. Campbell at the minute is the favoured driver for pole position. Patrick is going to probably try again, but he goes into the pit lane for now. Casper is on the track. He has got fuel light on, so will be a pit lane for him in a moment. Lewis has got the fuel light on too, so he'll be going into the pits now as well. Ryan Grobbs still in the pit lane. We've got Ryan, who is fastest in the middle sector, ladies and gentlemen. This is looking strong. This is looking extremely strong for him. The fuel light is on, but he's going to push towards the line in the final stages. Here comes Ryan over the line. It's going to be second place. He now finds the top spot of the grid, everybody. It is the front row for Ryan, for RSC in the Aston Martin. It's a 1 minute 6.552. Just about ahead of Patrick here today. You'll love to see it. Some new people join us in the chat. I appreciate the follows. Thank you very much. Really, really nice of you. Thank you very much. As for some reason the Charles Leclerc pop-up wasn't on when it happened, but I've just made sure it's on now. So if somebody else follows now, it will come up. My apologies. But yes, Ryan's second place. That was an incredible time, everybody. Really, really well done from him. And gets it on the front row of the grid. Adam with a follow as well. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate it. Really, really nice of you. Thank you. 672 followers. This is incredible. Incredible stuff. We're going up. But Abdullah on the track then, everybody. This is looking like a lap, isn't it? He has set the car to the correct mode, heading around the corner with the ERS. He has got 48% left, and the fuel is on. The fuel light is flashing, which means he has to go into the pit lane very soon, or this car is going to run out completely. Is Abdullah going to push it to the line, or will this be a pit lane for him? We've got 4 minutes to go with Abdullah in the Mercedes for TF10 in second place, 2 points behind Jesus Seed is Ignited in the championship standings. And Abdullah, I think he's in the pit lane, everybody, this time around. I think it's going to be pit lane. Yes, it is. That'll be it for him for now as he enters the pit lane. There we go. Everybody in the pits now, bar one driver of the Haas, who is coming out, and the Haas is one of the AART drivers, but we don't know which one yet. Is it going to be Leonardo? Is it going to be Berkey? Could be any of them. It is Berkey who's coming out of the pit lane, everybody. There he comes, coming out now for AART, 9th place in the championship standings, 1 point away from being last. Can they do well today? I recall last race, they had a very nice race, or at least, I think it was Silverstone, wasn't it? And I believe that they had a really good, strong start, because I remember saying something and being caught out because I wasn't completely concentrating and downplayed them a bit. But no, they did really well in Silverstone. They got a very nice start, and here today in Brazil, can they give us a good viewing? That is what we will look for. Danny with the follow, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, mate. It means a hell of a lot. But yes, like I mentioned earlier on, if any of you missed it, first of all, I do apologise for the adverts. You won't get that again next week because we'll be back on the main account. We just couldn't log in tonight. But we will see. I'm here for a Lewis Masterclass, Tom Roberts says in the chat. P5 for Lewis at the minute. Grumpy. Sent some newbies today because everyone's on holiday. Well, we'll see how they perform, mate. Leonardo and Berkey on the track for your team today. Not a bad qualifying at the minute. 11 and 13. Many drivers retired. Is there a reason for that? People in the chat, am I being stupid, or is there a reason why they've retired on purpose? Or you have to let me know. But 2 minutes to go, everybody. T-minus 2 minutes before the end of this session. The outlaps all over. Quality oh, fair enough, mate. I assumed it was Qualiban, but okay, yeah, right. I appreciate that. Thank you. Anyway, 2 minutes to go, everybody, of this session with 25 people in the stream chat, which is mind-boggling for my stream. We never 29 now, mind-boggling. We never normally get this many people, so I appreciate every single one of you being here, and hopefully you enjoy the action tonight, where we've just entered the final stages of qualifying, everybody, here for Brazil for CES round 6. What a track it is, and what drivers we've got with us this afternoon. Campbell, the man on provisional pole at this moment in time for FRT, as he now begins the flying lap. There's many drivers joining him on flying laps, many drivers ahead of him as well, so we're going to try and push up quickly, see if there's anybody we're going to miss before they get to the line. Lucas, I believe, just started the lap. We've got Mario, who's out there as well. Let's go with Mario for now. Here he comes then in the Red Bull. Never mind, he's not on the lap, my bad. You know what, we're gonna go back to the main man. Never mind, he's invalidated. Campbell invalidates everybody and ruins his chances of defending that lead. He's 2 tenths ahead of Ryan, and at the moment invalidated, so is in a very bad position if he wants to really solidify this. I'll go on Do Not Disturb in a moment, that's my bad. But here we have Patrick with a 10th up, ladies and gentlemen, in the middle sector. This is looking nice. He's going to head all the way to the line in the RB for ETA Sports. 3rd place, 2nd row of the grid. Will it be an improvement for him, though? It's going to be the front row now. 2nd place. He drops Ryan down to 3rd. And Patrick finds 2nd place. 30 seconds left of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Campbell is the man on provisional pole at this moment in time. Patrick, 2nd place now. Ryan in 3rd as he crosses the line to begin his final flying lap this afternoon. Casper as well just starts one, and Lewis as well. Lucas is around on a lap, but I believe is down in the 1st sector by a lot. Ryan Grob is down as well, ladies and gentlemen, as he crosses the line now, and of course he invalidated that one, so there won't be a good lap for him. Abdullah begins the lap as well, so we'll go back to him very soon. Lucas is also starting a lap. Everybody is starting flying laps now. Leonardo's out there and going slower, a lot slower. Mario is across the line now in qualifying. Will he find any time? He's P11. He finishes P6, ladies and gentlemen, in Brazil. Not a bad time for him at the moment. 6th place for Mario in qualifying. Ryan Grob is out there on a lap. Abdullah is out there too. We're going to head towards the line with some of the drivers. I think Ruben over the line now. He takes 15. He won't improve, unfortunately. Now there's an Aston Martin of Lucas towards the line. Lucas is invalidated, so won't be a better time for him. One of the McLarens towards the line now. It is Casper with a bit of an improvement. He does take 3rd place, ladies and gentlemen. 2nd row of the grid, and not a bad time in qualifying. Patrick boxes, and it will be 2nd place or lower for him. Ryan takes 3rd. Here comes the ART boys in 13th position for Berkey, which is not too bad. His teammate Leonardo finishes P11 as well. No more improvements for him. The Mercedes of Abdullah takes 6th position. That isn't bad at all for him. Now P7 as he gets dropped down. Somebody goes ahead of him over the line. I'm not too sure who that was. Wow, qualifying then was intense. Yuri over the line into the pit lane, sorry. That'll be it for him in P12. But I'm very happy to announce Campbell is your pole sitter, ladies and gentlemen, here today, as here's the man on top. He beats everybody to the fastest time here in Brazil, and the FRT driver takes pole position here in Brazil. There you go, that's all sorted now, my bad. Should have done that beforehand. I was rushing to get ready for this one, so that won't happen again, but Quali Merchants and ETA. Here we go then, everybody. That is it. That is it for your qualifying session. It was really well done for the drivers. 674 followers too, and here is your finishing results for qualifying today. That's if we get the results, everybody, because sometimes the game doesn't want us to see them. And I'm not entirely sure why, but isn't looking like we're getting them right now. Good quality results in the chat. That's what I thought. Oh, it looks like we're not getting them, everybody. It looks like we're not going to get them, which is absolutely superb. But the race is up next. But, you know, that is it then. No qualifying results for you. You know what the results were. I do apologise about that. I can't help it. Just the game sometimes just doesn't want to. It doesn't want to give you them. Doesn't want to give you them. No! Thank you for the follow, mate. What was pole time? I really don't know, but I will. Once this stream's ended, you'll be able to go straight back and have a look. I absolutely cannot remember. Grand Prix to begin soon then, everybody, here in Brazil. What a qualifying we have just witnessed for CES round 6. And what a track as well. It is beautiful here in Brazil. Hopefully you're enjoying the commentary so far. We look up to podium, mark my words. I'll, you know what? I'm gonna take a photo of that. I'm gonna try and remember that. We'll see if that comes true. We'll have a look. See if you can get the prediction right. We do love predictions here in the Jack Crossley Comms chat. My usuals aren't here today, unfortunately, but if they were, they would be telling you how much predictions mean to them. But we should be going soon, everybody. I appreciate all the follows we've had today. We've had a hell of a lot more than I'd usually get. And yeah, we're not far out from 700 followers, which is incredible. So thank you very much. Long night for me though. I've got this, and then after this, Extinguished Motorsports at 8:30 p.m. Where I believe we have a sprint race, which is it's going to be a long night. But if you want something to watch, you can stick around, and we'll be streaming for that as well. But first of all, we do have the 50% race here for CES. And on the grid for it now, the lights build up to 5. Everybody here in Brazil. As the lights go out, it is lights out, and away we go. We go racing in Brazil. Leonardo off the line apparently is the leader, but he is, of course, not. Campbell into turn 1 is being challenged up the inside by Patrick. Side by side through the S's then. And who is going to get ahead here? It's looking like Campbell for a moment as they head level pegging all the way down to the left-hander, everybody. It's going to be Patrick and Campbell going side by side. Just about ahead is Patrick at the moment. He is leading the race into the left-hander. Follows through his teammate Ryan Grob then, trying to put pressure on Campbell. The man that started on pole has been deposited all the way down now to 3rd place. It is the 288 drivers who get up to 1 and 2 at the start of the Grand Prix here in Brazil, with 36 laps ahead of us. Patrick and Ryan 1 and 2. Lewis and Casper then, the 2 McLarens for SCI, moving up the order as well. One of the Mercedes there, Abdullah, loses his rear. Is a bit too much on the curb then he goes around. Here's Leonardo for ART up the inside line, making incredible moves up on the start, ladies and gentlemen, as he makes his way through the order. Already 3 places up on this race start here in Brazil, putting massive pressure on the TF10 driver Abdullah, and he is going to try and fight back, but right now Leonardo has absolutely done him in. He's through, he's in 8th place, he's through with three places up from the race start for him. Here comes Abdullah then, all the way up into the left-hander, everybody. Will he make a move? For TF10, he's going to send it up the inside line of the Haas, side by side through the centre S's. Who's going to get ahead? Wheel banging through there as the Mercedes gets pushed off wide onto the curb. Leonardo drops down. They both go around in sync. It is Leonardo and Lucas who both spin around, find the wall. They get back on the track, everybody. But P19 for Lucas. Leonardo gets the better end of the stick. He ends up in P16 as he moves up a place now past his teammate. As they take each other out as well behind that now. It is Herman, and I'm not entirely sure who that was. I think it was Yuri. both of them went around. A chaotic start here in Brazil. We've just seen two drivers, or four drivers actually, with two different moves go badly. And Bilupip, who has been predicted for the podium, started in P17. He's made 2 places up now, P15, ladies and gentlemen, in this Grand Prix. The Williams of Knock ahead of him is going to try and stay ahead. What a start, absolute chaos at the back. It's been incredibly clean though throughout for the rest of the drivers. We're going to head up towards the front and see how the two ET8 drivers are getting on. Patrick and Ryan Grob giving it a very good jockeying battle up at the front right now. We're going to head all the way down the back straight with Campbell following. Campbell started on pole. He's going to be seething. He's had it taken away from him. The team of ET8 have flown through and took the top spot. The front row of the grid now is occupied by ET8 of Patrick and Ryan. Campbell has got some fighting to do to get back on from where he started, everybody. After he got deposited down to 3rd place, Ryan in 4th place, Lewis in 5, Casper in 6, Mario 7, Lucas 8, Abdullah 9, and Florian in 10. Nyok with a 3-second time penalty. And the first one we've seen this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, here in Brazil. But we look through the order. Bilupip goes through past him as we get another follow of Collins. Thank you very much. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. I appreciate it for the follow. 677 now, I believe, nearly. Or maybe 676. It might be that instead. My bad. But lap 4 of 36 then, everybody. And we head through the pack. We head down the straights, and an incredibly good start from the drivers. ART drivers quite split, 13 and 17 from them. The ET8 drivers bunched up in 1 and 2. SCI 5 and 6, TF10 8 and 9. Everybody seems to be in bunches right now. Everybody's still very close as well as we head through on the 4th lap of 36. Still 32 to go in this Grand Prix, and a long while before we reach the end. Anything could happen in this race, everybody. So don't count anybody out. Do not count a single soul out of this race, because anything can happen here in Formula 1, especially on the game. And Ryan looking quite hungry in 4th position. So's Campbell, but I've got to admit, Patrick and Ryan Grob absolutely driving the wheels off of that car, just flying ahead at the moment, not leaving any space, any room for Campbell around to fly through. Yellow flags then in the middle sector as somebody looking like they had a bit of a issue with the car, but it's all good now. Ooh, maybe it was a Williams of Knock in 18th position, nearly going onto the grass there, just about keeping the car on track. Timur then in 19th position is gaining on him. Here comes the ABS driver past the PEC driver. Will he make a move? He's easily going to do, because the Williams goes into the pit lane here today. He gets a 10-second time penalty too for speeding and retires from the session. So the first DNF of this afternoon, everybody. And if I read that right in the chat, then does that mean that he's got a qualifying ban for next race because he's done that? Or did I completely misunderstand that? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, I'm not entirely sure. But Patrick and Ryan, 1 and 2, they're driving brilliantly. You've got to admit, you've got to give it to them. What a race so far. Only 5 laps in, but they're absolutely dominating here in Brazil with the Alpine of Campbell, who is going to be seething. He started on pole, he's fell down 2 places, and it's a whole team in front of him now, scoring a hell of a lot of points. As they head up towards the straight, and down it they go. Patrick, Ryan lead as we go down the order. The 2 McLarens looking quite close. We've got a long DRS train happening right now. He's in the pit lane, goes Ryan Grob, and Campbell finds 2nd place now. We head into the first corner. The McLaren's looking very close, even closer here with Mario actually, trying to get through past him. Will he be able to make a move down the 2nd straight? Possibly, but it isn't too likely. The DRS train can be a pain for the drivers, and can stop a lot of overtakes, but it's not stopping Bilupip and Leonardo. Then up the inside goes Bilupip into 12th position. 5 places found for him. Goes over onto the curb there on the mediums. He's driving very well indeed with 30 laps to go, and we'll see if he can get on the podium like predicted earlier on. That would be a pretty good comeback story, wouldn't it, for Bilupip? So we'll keep a tab. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll keep an eye on him. way up towards the straight then, everybody. And we'll get the tyres on your screen then, shall we? The majority on the mediums. Patrick now decides to make that pit stop on lap 7. And he's going to get on the medium, the hard compound tyres, sorry, is what we assume is going to happen. But we'll keep an eye. Abdullah with a 10-second penalty too, which is not ideal. But out of the pit lane comes Patrick. He's in P15. Abdullah will find himself in P17. As we look up ahead, it is Ruben and Bilupip, everybody. In P9 and 10, giving it a very nice scrap. Will Bilupip be able to make a move? He's going to go around the outside line here in Brazil. Will he be able to get ahead? Side by side, tussling between these drivers. The outside became the inside here for Ruben. He's going to go right up the inside now on the outside line in the back foot, but he is a bit ahead of the kick Sauber of Bilupip. Who's going to get ahead here? Braking later goes Ruben, and he finds 9th position. Bilupip now 10th position and was on the verge of an overtake there, but unfortunately was the overtaken, and he's going to have to try and fight back. Fighting back might begin now though. The main straight is here, and we gain and gain and gain. Here we go then. Diego with the follow. Thank you very much. We're going to head down the straight. It is Bilupip to gain on the Williams. There's many pit stops coming in at the same time as well, but this time around Bilupip can't make a move. He locks up into turn 1 as well, just about keeping it on the track, ladies and gentlemen. There's another penalty came in there. We're going to head down the straight with Bilupip, as he does find P6, and he's making those moves up brilliantly. Really, really well done here for the drivers here in Brazil. It is an incredible race so far. As lap 8 of 36, we are storming through this race today, everybody. We really are. Oh, getting a bit iffy there on the exit for Mario. Comms, can you see chat? Yes, I can, Danny. I can see the chat. Rain coming. Thanks for telling me. That's exciting. That really is exciting. And this is not a fake smile on my face. I'm very happy. Rain is great. Rain is great in a race. And did I see a bit of it there, or was that? I think I was just seeing things, but it definitely looks like it's coming. And now we have the confirmation we needed. The rain is going to be coming soon, everybody, or at some point in this race. Either way, people have made a pit stop early now, and it's looking like they're going to have to go into the pit lane again to get on those intermediate tyres. That is going to throw a spanner in the works for the drivers, and I'm all here for it. Campbell at the minute, the race leader. He's on the 8-lap-old medium compound tyres, and these medium runners are pushing it just a bit longer than the ones that have already gone into the pit lane. They went on the hards, and are trying to keep them for the whole entire race now, I believe. But Campbell is going to head down the straight. Will he lead them into the pit lane, or is he going very long? I swear I can see rain. I can see drop. I definitely can see rain. Rain is falling, everybody. I think slightly. Surely that's rain. I think it is. I think there's slight drops. Yeah, it's definitely raining. It is slightly raining, everybody. The rain is starting to pour. And are we going to see the intermediate tyres now? Are we going to see them as early as this? Into the pit lane then for Bilupip and Leonardo, the ART driver and the IRT driver. The intermediates are not on for Bilupip. Are they on for the ART driver? It looks like they were. Yes, they are. I think that's probably the right call. If rain is coming, the inters are on for Leonardo. He's got to persevere these few laps where they won't really help very much. But if the rain comes down heavy than this, they are going to be so beneficial. So beneficial. And the rest of the drivers are going to struggle. So maybe that was a good call for Leonardo. Inters yet though? Yeah, no, absolutely, definitely not. But if it carries on, if it gets worse, it could very well be the intermediate soon. Patrick and Yuri, 8 and 9, swapping positions. Patrick into P8 in the chat group. What the gamble we hit fine throat. Well, No, at least you're giving it a go, mate. You've done well. You've done well. It's Ryan Grob now trying to make the move back through to 9th place. Side by side, then all the way up the straight on lap 11. And Ryan finds P9 in the Grand Prix. And he's through. Look at that. Brilliant move. I think there was a move that I missed up ahead of that as well. I'm not entirely sure who it was, but I think I did miss one. Defo a lap or two early though, yeah. Most likely, but can tell our engineer's on holiday. Oh my lord. Well, P17 and 18 for your drivers, mates. We can only hope that they have a nice evening. I was talking about the intermediates might be pretty good, might be a good gamble now. I might have gone off that a little bit now because the rain isn't looking, it's coming down, but it really isn't bad. It's not bad at all. And Leonardo is not going to be as fast as these drivers if he carries on like this. Lap 12 of 36. Third into the Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. 1/3, 2/3 to go. As we head, oh look at that, that was beautiful, wasn't it? Simultaneously up the inside line goes Ryan Grob to make a move, and Patrick and Ryan, the ET8 drivers, at the same time, they fly through past Lucas and Ruben, and they get through then everybody to P6 and 7. That is a very nice view that we got of that. But back up to the front then, shall we? Campbell leads by 0.4 of a second to Ryan. The gap is very small. Leonardo retires from the session. ART driver is gone, and they are left with one. Ladies and gentlemen, one driver left for that team. Which is a shame, but it happens as Yuri in P14 going incredibly slowly. I think he might have had a bit of a spin there or something to go wrong with the car, but he gets it back on the track. The rain is still pouring, everybody, but it is incredibly light. It is only a drizzle right now. It really is. It's not even that. It is incredibly light. But we'll see. Why people retire when all place of points. I agree with you. Shame. It is a shame that people retire without genuine, needs to, but it is. I've been in leagues before where you just get loads of people retiring because they can't be bothered, and then you're just left with like 10 people, 9 people. It's just not great. But look at this, coming into the left-hander. Around the outside line goes Florian into 6th position, everybody. In the Alpine, as ahead of that is Lucas. As he now, look at that, he sends it around the outside line. Lucas drops it and drops down to 6th place in this Grand Prix. Lap 13 of 36 here today, everybody, for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Ryan in 9th position. Diego now trying to fight him for the place. He's in P10 right now, but he wants P9. He's looking very hungry for it, and he's got the pressure from Lucas behind as well. So this is going to be exciting to see. But the DRS should be activated still with this rain. Doesn't look too bad at all. And we'll head down the straight for a 15th time. And Lucas is looking incredibly close to Diego. Here we go then, up the inside line. Easy pass for him on the main straight. And he's now ahead here in Brazil, everybody. In the pit lane goes Lucas. What tyres is he going to put on then in the Aston Martin today? It's looking like the hards, but yeah, it's going to be the hards, isn't it, for him for now. The hard compound tyres get put on for the Aston as he exits the pit lane now. He will exit in P16. Casper leads in the McLaren for SCI, leading the race, leading the championship. They're doing quite well, but he has gone long on these mediums, and that is why he's ahead. At the minute, really, Patrick and Ryan Grob are the men at the front. So what's Casper got in store for us then? When is he going to decide to make a pit stop is the real question today. We've got 2 intermediate tyre runners, both for OMB. position moves there as well. I'm pretty sure I've just missed that. Look at this, down the straight then, everybody, side by side. Lewis and Lucas. Into P9 goes Lewis in the pit lane for Ruben. Here today, I think there was a very nice move happening ahead of that as well. We might have just missed that, unfortunately. But if you're in the chat, drop us a race prediction, everybody. Who do you think's going to win the race? Let's send a bold prediction out there, shall we? Let us know. Let us know who you think is going to win this afternoon. I've got no idea. If I was to put money on it, I'd probably say one of the ET8 drivers, but you know, because they've driven an incredible race, I just think they would be the people to do it today. But we've lost 2 drivers. We still have 18 this afternoon on lap 15, and Casper will lead us across the line now into the pit lane, actually, as Berkey with a 3-second time penalty. In the pit lane we go for Casper, who is going to get on, it's looking like, the hard compound tyres. Now the ET8 drivers are through into P1 and P2. Florian gets through into 3rd as well. Abdullah takes 4. Campbell is going to come out now. He's in 5th, sorry. Ryan 6. Lewis 7. Lucas 8. Diego 9. 10 is Lupip. 11 coming out of the pit lane is Casper. Very much down the grid. And that isn't worked in his favour too much. .20 laps to go, everybody. 20 laps of this Brazilian Grand Prix. The rain, you can still see it slightly, but the intermediates they're definitely the wrong choice. They are not the tyre that we're looking for. And at the minute, yes, definitely will not be helping. But here comes Campbell then on Abdullah for a possible overtake. Down the straight we go. Here he goes then for FRT to gain up the inside line. Will he be able to make it a double on his teammate too? It's going to be round the outside line. He weaves between them. And Campbell takes 3rd, everybody, here in the Brazilian Grand Prix. What a move. P3 for him. Now he needs 2 more places to be back where he was when he started. Florian into 4. 14 places gained. Incredible. Absolutely impeccable drive from Florian then. In the Alpine, not a foot wrong. 14 places they've gained, and 4th place for them right now. Bilupa in 8, Lucas 9th place, but maybe not for long, because look at that from Bilupa, nearly making a mistake there. He did make a mistake. Patrick with a 3-second penalty too, as we head through the right-hander, which lays all the way up to another right-hander. And Lucas at the minute can't make that move. Potentially down the main straight is a good option, but this is another one. Ryan and Abdullah to give us a bit of racing action, everybody, as we head all the way up into the final few corners here in Brazil, and towards the line it will be foot flat to the floor, pedal to the metal, and we're going to absolutely push with Ryan in P6 to gain on Abdullah, both with DRS at the moment, so that is not going to help the Aston Martin at all. But up the inside line, he'll send it. I was not expecting that. He makes a bit of contact with both drivers. He sent it up the inside line. 5th place for Ryan then in the Aston Martin. Incredible. Incredible stuff for Ryan as he gets into 5th position, everybody. It's really good stuff, really good stuff. He sent it up the inside line. Who was expecting that? A bit of bumper cars, really, because they, you know, pushed and shove a bit. But I think it's just a bit of racing action, isn't it? And you know, you can't complain with that. Lap 18 of 36. And I believe we're half race distance, everybody. Halfway into this this Grand Prix. Ooh, see the rears there. Lose from Diego in the Kick Sauber, everybody. We're also live on TikTok, and I believe Blake has just joined us in the chat. It's good to see you, mate. We are live, of course, on the Twitch and the TikTok. First time I've been on the TikTok today, so just giving it a try, but it's good to see you, Blake. Welcome in. We've got a hell of a lot of people in the Jack Cross Tom chat tonight. 25
witnessing this very nice race as we head all the way up, everybody, and into the first corner on lap 19 of 36 this afternoon, with Ryan Grob and Patrick, the two ET8 drivers, lead this Grand Prix. Jago with a 3-second penalty. Florian has retired from the session in the Alpine today. Down the straight, was that a smash into the wall? It was. That was a big crash into the wall there. The Alpine hits the barrier, everybody. Huge crash that we completely missed as Florian out. No safety car, but that is it for the Alpine. Out of the race today, unfortunately. Which is a big shame, it really is. But, you know, it was a good race, but all good things come to an end, unfortunately. As we go back to the race leaders then, Ryan Grob and Patrick. Maybe not Patrick for too long, actually, in second place, but Ricky Campbell getting very racy on the backside, everybody. And a possible move. We're in the same position as we was earlier on now. This Alpine, he wants the race win. He started on pole. He will not settle for third place. He will not settle for the back of the podium. He will only settle for the best spots of the afternoon, and that is going to be the race win today. Campbell in P3. He's going to look for the move on the inside line of Patrick. He's going to force him up the inside. Will he try and get ahead though? Look at that. It is absolute bravery from Campbell as he switches back underneath on the V-car. The ET8 driver, will Campbell send it? Yes, he will. He's going to go for second place for the first time this afternoon. We've seen him go for it, and he was successful in his first attempt. Campbell through to second place, now only one place away from getting on that top spot, everybody. He wants to win, and he could very well go ahead and do that today if he carries on like this. Second place for him, 16 laps more of the Brazilian Grand Prix here in Interlagos, and Campbell, he could do it. He could do it. Patrick has got a penalty as well, so that won't help him. As we head down the straight, and Campbell to send it. Campbell to send it up the inside line, everybody, for the race lead and potentially for the win today. Campbell goes through down the inside into turn 1 in Brazil, and the FRT driver is the race leader. But Ryan Grob is going to fight back. He's going to use everything he can. Round the outside line now, Ryan up the inside, defending hard now. Campbell is ahead. Ryan can't find a passage through at the moment. Campbell stays ahead in this race. What a move that was from Campbell. What defending as well, and he's ahead. But he will be at risk, everybody, from the driver behind down the main straight. That is a very bad piece of track. You don't want to be on there when you've got a man right up your behind. So not good at all. But Ryan Grob, second place, everybody. Campbell first. That is your current running order for the top two. Which way is this going to go? We're going to head on to the main straight. Very long main straight if you count this bit as well. Ryan Grob is 1.4 behind Campbell. Not in the DRS range. This is his chance to pull away now as he heads all the way down the straight across the line to begin the lap 22 of 36. What a race we have witnessed today, everybody. What a race, and they never fail to deliver, do they? Never fail to deliver here in CES, and I absolutely love being here to commentate. So we've got 30 people in the chat, and if you haven't followed already, make sure you send us a follow. We're incredibly close now, everybody. 22 followers away from 700. I cannot believe it. I absolutely cannot believe it. It's sensational stuff. Casper in 5, Abdullah in 6th position, everybody, as the rain is actually still pouring on the track. The rain is still pouring. There he is, Blake in the chat. Can't wait for CPG on Friday. It's good to see you. Oh, I've just seen you in the Twitter. Can't speak. Just seen you in the TikTok chat, and now you're here in the Twitch. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm so excited for CPG as well. Absolutely buzzing for it. Hopefully you have a good first race. There's Ryan and Patrick, P3 and P4. They swap positions, everybody. Is into third place goes Ryan. 4 is Patrick in this race right now. But what a race we've witnessed. We are actually coming up to the closing stages now. There isn't a hell of a lot longer before we reach the checkered flag. So this is it. The drivers have got to push. Lap 23 in the pit lane for Ryan Grob now. And we'll see what he can do. Thank you for the follow, mate. Thank you very much for the follow. That is it. Another one, 679, I believe now, which is incredible. Gone from 678 to 679.
Thank you. Evan Erie, 700, which is just incredible. It really is. And the pit stops for Lupip and Abdullah are coming in, everybody. In the pit lane for Berkey this afternoon in the pits. As what will this man go on to then? He's on the hards at the minute and the rain is coming down, but it isn't that bad. It really isn't. And we'll check what is going on. It's going to be the mediums, so still the dries, of course, on lap 23. X is in the pit lane now. He's going to fall short of these two drivers, I believe. Then it's going to be Herman and Yuri coming out of the pit lane. But who's going to get ahead? It's looking like Berkey's going to get overtaken here. But we'll just have to see. Look at this. Oh, my Lord. Side by side. Berkey at the back of the grid then. He drops down, unfortunately, and can't find any places there. As Mario with a 3-second penalty. The rain, to me, it looks like it's coming down more. It actually looks like it's coming down heavier. Oh, the rain is coming down heavier. Definitely, the rain's coming down heavier. Up the inside for Berkey as he makes a move on Yuri for a brief moment. They carry on this battle all the way through the S's, but is it going to be a move there for Berkey? I believe so, as he's into P16, ladies and gentlemen, in this Grand Prix and gets ahead. What a move that was. There's Lucas with a 3-second time penalty on lap 24 of 36 with 12 laps to go of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And if you're enjoying so far, which I hope you have, make sure you let us know. And of course, if anyone's joining us now that hasn't been here the whole entire time, this will not be streamed on this account next week. It will be streamed on the actual CES Twitch account. So yes, we just couldn't log in tonight, so unfortunately. But that Pro Gamer joins in the chat. Guess who's entered? It's good to see you, mate. Welcome in. It's been a while. Welcome into the chat. It's Casper, second place, everybody. He gets ahead of Campbell, who enters the pit lane now. And we'll see what Campbell will do. He's going to be on the hard compound tyres this afternoon. Then as he exits the pit lane in the Alpine for FRT, the man who I've said many, many times is now, but the man said many times, oh my God, sorry about that, said many, many times, started on pole. He's now here today, down in 6th place. He comes out behind Ryan Grob and Lucas. There's 11 laps to go. 1-1, 11 more. Rand could be your winner. Rand could be your winner today. I was not expecting to say that, but we will see. Race results from last race. It was Gabor that won in Mexico. We had Joel 2nd place, Daniel 3rd, Tomas 4, Ryan 5, Zuko 6. The order was incredibly different to what we've got right now, which is good. It is very good. Like a bit of variation. As into the pit lane goes Ryan to get on some new tyres, ladies and gentlemen. No prediction from me as I don't know a single player. Fair enough. Very fast drivers here, mate. Very fast. Quicker than you'd expect. But here we go. A man with a 3-second time penalty. That is not going to help him at all. Speaking of that, let's have a look at the penalties, shall we? You haven't really looked at them all race. But there's not as many as I normally see. That is a very clean sheet from there. Oh, coming out of the pit lane on the brand new mediums is Lucas, ladies and gentlemen. Lucas on the new mediums, who exits the pit lane with 10 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. 10 laps of the Brazilian Grand Prix, and Casper is your race leader this afternoon. It has been a brilliant evening. We've had Florian Leonardo and Knockman, who have retired from this session. We're still left with 17, a big number, 17 drivers this afternoon, as only 10 more, and Casper and Lewis for SCI, the team that is leading the World Championship standings by 2 points to Team TF10, that they dominate, and they do need this as well. They really do need this because they just need the point gap. They need that points difference, everybody, to really thrive this afternoon. And let's see if they can go ahead and take that today. Lap 27 now. By the way, how are you doing, Jack? I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. I hope you're doing well too. You have to let me know. But yeah, that pro gamer. After this, I'm live for Extinguished Motorsports as well, so it is not the end of the action. After this, we've got a nice Extinguished Motorsports race. After we've got 31 people in the Jack Frosty Comms chat, which is a hell of a lot more than what we normally get, so I appreciate you being here. As Timul and Mario in 13 and 14, they swap positions. Ruben goes through to 13 as Mario's in the pit lane. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy, says that pro gamer. I'm glad to hear it. Really glad to hear it. Man drops down to 16. Will he beat Mario out of the pit lane? No, side by side, they're going to push towards the line. Who will it be, everybody? Heading all the way towards the line at the minute. It's looking like Herman into 15. He gets ahead of Mario. That is very nice indeed. Anyway, lap 28, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 28 of 36. Here for the Brazilian Grand Prix with Campbell now, who takes second place ahead of Lewis, who's in the pit lane. And at this moment in time, Campbell could be the man to win it. He, of course, earlier on started on pole. He's made 2 pit stops today. He's down 1 place from where he started, and he is going to be absolutely wanting that. He's going to be absolutely wanting that win today. So we'll see what he can do. Tyres in the chat, I'll have a look for you, mate. There you go. Tyres on your screen. Majority is dominated really by the hard compound tyres. We've got a few on the mediums. By a few, I mean 2 people, but the rest are on the hards. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not pretty happy. My bad, mate. I'm saddened to hear that. Hopefully you can have a better day soon. Hopefully this makes your day better. But just remember, there's another stream after this as well. So if you want to watch something, we will be on for that as well. But 7 laps to go, everybody. 7 laps before we reach the end. And at the minute, Casper is leading. Lewis and Abdullah swapping positions. 8th position goes to Lewis now. Abdullah drops down to 9. In this race. There's some problems in my league. What's the problems in your league, mate? The race died down quite a bit in the moment, everybody, but hopefully we can get some action very soon. I've really enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed it this afternoon. Hopefully you all have too. It has been a nice race. As Ryan and Patrick, P4 and P5, here's a little battle for you as they give it a good go. Herman retires from the section in the pit lane, which is, I'm not entirely sure why at the very end, but he's gone and ends his race off there. So that is it for him as we head all the way down the straight. The rain is still pouring, everybody, but it is incredibly light and the track is probably drying faster than it's pouring. So the wet tyres are nowhere to be seen and do not need to be seen right now. There's 6 laps to go. Is the stream still on? I think the stream is still on. It should be. Oh, bad. I get worried sometimes because there was one night where the stream kept cutting out and then joining back, and today I thought that happened again, but happily it didn't. Sorry. 6 laps to go, everybody. This is it for CES. We are reaching the end. Here's a battle for you, Lewis and Bilupit. Bilupit was predicted to be on the podium today. Can he do it? Can he do it? He's in P6. I'm out ahead of him. He's got a penalty. It's not out of the window. There's 6 laps to go. But he has got Lewis on his backside. Ruben rejoins the race now. Lewis is going to put pressure on Lupip, and that is going to really stop him in his tracks then of making an overtake. Here he goes then, Lewis. for SCI around the outside line. Will he be able to get ahead? He is going to absolutely thrash him down the straight. And P6 is Lewis. He's got his name all over it. And he's ahead through past the Sauber Lupip today and finds the move all the way into turn 1 as well. Yeah, he goes quite wide there. Here comes Lucas to try and pick up on the pieces on the backside. Will he be able to make a move? It's still raining here and not really proving a challenge for anybody. As Lucas trying to make a move on Diego, the DRS is going to stop him in his tracks here because make him all equal pace heading down the straight and won't be able to get a move, unfortunately. Ooh, trying to go through. Look at this stuff side by side. He's going to send it around the outside. Lucas goes through to 9 for TF10. He deposits Yako down to 10, everybody, with only 5 laps to go of the Brazilian Grand Prix this afternoon. How fast has this gone? How fast has this gone? But it's Stingray Motorsports after, which is what we are looking for. Ever nearing the end of this Grand Prix. It's been a lovely afternoon, everybody. And what drivers we have here today. What drivers we have. It has been superb. As 4 laps to go, with Casper being your race leader. And started 3rd place, he did. Now, he leads the Grand Prix from Campbell in 2nd place, who started pole. He's going to want that win, but at the minute just hasn't got the pace advantage over Casper, so it isn't looking like it's going to happen. Oh, that's a shame, that Pro Gamer, but you know, I believe everything happens for a reason, and I'm sure somebody will come along soon enough and help you out. Can't wait to see what races you voted for. Yes, I'll have to have a think about it. Sorry about that. But 3 laps to go, and we are at the end of this race now. We've lost Herman, Florian, Leonardo, and Nock in this race. The rest of the drivers still plodding on. 16 of them join us here this afternoon. And Casper leads, Campbell 2nd, Ryan in 3, Ryan 4, Patrick 5, Lewis 6, Lupip 7. So the podium isn't looking like it's on the cards for a minute. What an odd race, everybody. The rain. Lucas nearly goes around. I was just going to say that the rain has been pouring nearly all race. Hasn't affected anybody, has it? It really hasn't. Everybody's plodding on with it like it isn't even there. Yeah, the race died down in the minute. There is this move here, though, as Campbell goes for the lead, everybody. Campbell through to P1, and after a long fight this afternoon, the man that started on pole is going to be the man to lead the drivers down the straights here for the wow, that was a stutter, for the Brazilian Grand Prix, with 2 laps to go. He could be the man to win. He could be the man to win, or it could be Casper. It could be Casper, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see, everybody. 8 tenths between them with 2 laps to go. 4 overtaking opportunities if you count the main straight and the second straight, because of course double with the 2 laps. So we'll see. Which way will this swing? Could be absolutely anybody. More than likely Campbell or Casper at the minute, though. Maybe even. Well, never mind. The Red Bull has been lapped of, I think, Yuri. It is. Yeah, it is. As here he goes over the line, he's going to begin the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, side by side here then with Casper and Yuri. Yuri does unlap himself, but it isn't really going to mean a hell of a lot anymore, everybody, as the race is about to conclude. We've had a long 35 laps now, only one more after this one. With Campbell being your race leader by 2.4 seconds and the race win looking more and more likely like it's going to go and fall into his lap today. Started on pole, he's going to finish on the top spot of the podium with the biggest trophy and the happiest man here today, most likely, but we'll see if that is going to come true or not with one lap to go after this one, everybody. The closing stages of the Brazilian Grand Prix. We've finally reached it on lap 35. Campbell is going to head round and head towards the second sector line to soon begin us the final lap of the Grand Prix. He snaps the rear there, just about catches it, everybody. That was a close one from Campbell, and it all hangs in the balance now. It could be him for the win, it could be Casper for the win. We're going to head down the straight, everybody. As that again, when is the other stream for today? It's going to be 8:30, mate, so literally right after this race. But Campbell has driven a sensational race, and this is looking more than likely his this afternoon if he doesn't make any mistakes on the track here in Brazil, with 35 of you, sorry, in the Jack Crossley Comms chat. An incredible number this afternoon. I really appreciate you guys sticking around for the race to watch your drivers. It is brilliant stuff. As Campbell leads, as in the chat, not the podium for Belupit, but still a good race from him. I absolutely agree. I really do. He's up 10 places, down from P17. An incredible race, probably the best race here today then from Belupit out of everybody here this afternoon. But this is it, everybody, the final lap on lap 36 of 36 here in Brazil. And after a long 36 laps, Campbell, who started on pole position, finally found the top spot. He fought through and he persevered, and with a 4.8 second gap to the men behind, he is going to be the man to cross the line in first and win the Brazilian Grand Prix here for CES. It is Campbell on top here today in Brazil. Casper will cross the line to take second place. Ryan comes home in third. Ryan Grob will cross the line in 4. Patrick finishes in 5. What an afternoon, everybody. What a race. Lewis 6. That is it for your Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. Campbell wins for FRT. The man is on top this afternoon. Wow. Just wow, what a race that was, everybody. Lap 36 we finally reached. And Campbell wins from Casper, then from Ryan. As we move down the grid, Belupit, incredible race, 10 places gained from Belupit. You can't fault the man, absolutely brilliant. Abdullah, 8th position. It will be Lucas 9, 10 Diego, 11 Lucas, 12 Mario. Ruben will take 14, and Berkey will take 15. Back of the grid is Yuri, and the rest of the drivers have retired from the session, everybody, this afternoon. But what an afternoon, what an afternoon. Hello to the new people in the TikTok chat as well. It is good to see you. What an afternoon, everybody. What a race. As we now are going to take a look at your finishing results in a moment's time. Then I'll be off for Extinguished Motorsports, which is right after this. I haven't got a single second for a break. I'll be straight back live again. It's going to be quite full on, but it's all good. Please give me the finishing results. There it is. Campbell, your race winner. Fastest lap, Patrick. Driver of the day is Belupit. It is most overtakes goes to Lucas. Cleanest driver is Casper. Here's your finishing results, everybody, then. Campbell takes the win from Casper, second place. Then it is Ryan, third, rounding off the podium today. Ryan Grob, 4, Patrick, 5. 6 is Lewis, 7 Belupit, 8 Abdullah, 9 Lucas, 10 Diego, 11 is Lucas, 12 Mario, 13 Ruben, 14 Berkey, 15 Timel, 16 Yuri, 17 Herman, 18 Florian, 19 Leonardo, and 20 is Nock. That is it, everybody. Thanks for joining me, everybody in the chat. It's been a lovely afternoon. I appreciate every single one of you being here today. But that is it from me, and hopefully next week we'll be back on the normal account, so nothing to worry about there. It's been a lovely afternoon, but I'll see you all next week. Have a good night, everybody.